From Man and Superman by George Bernard Shaw. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. Are you going to say something?
I
All
was
the
waiting
10
on-
seconds. Sorry.
Welcome back to the Reading Room Ruffians, your favorite library podcast. This is Ariel, your absolute lost little trash goblin missing her BFF, and Ice Queen Mallory, who is snowed in. I'm joined today by my Aunt Angie, our first special guest.
Hello, everyone.
Our Supreme Overlord Carla is here, ready to munch up some goodies.
Absolutely.
We are recording from our library in Jackson County, West Virginia. Zach is here on behalf of All Snacks Everywhere and is recording from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, yeah. You know I'm a snack.
Not what I meant. We are also joined by Nick, our snack connoisseur, who records his own podcast. Nick, if you want to go ahead and shamelessly plug in your podcast and all your little tags and whatnot here, you can.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me. I'm glad you made this so snack-friendly for me. My name's Nick Novak. I have a podcast called You Tried Dat, and it's me and my best friends of 25 years. We try out different snacks from around the world, and it's... for those of you looking to try it out, it's not safe for work, so be aware of that before you go in. And apologize for that. Basically, if you were the person who, when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you're happy, then you probably aren't going to enjoy our podcast, right? So we are looking for the bottom of the barrel, the lowest common denominator. That's usually who we listen to, but we have a really good time, and we love trying snacks, and I'm glad you called me a snack connoisseur, because that's first time I've been called that.
Well, there you go, making you feel special. All right, so before we get into it, you can find our Facebook group by searching Reading Room Ruffians Podcast, which is linked in our library's Facebook page at facebook.com/WVJCO Library. If that sounds a little different, it's because it is. We made a new Facebook page for reasons, and we would truly love it if you would head over there and like and follow us so we can regrow our page once more. You should also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at WVJCO Library, and check out our podcast Goodreads page, which we'll have linked in our episode description along with our personal Goodreads pages. All right, we can get to it.
JCO? Hold on, isn't it JCO? That's what
Yeah.
Mallory always says.
Am I Mallory? Am I Mallory? No. Okay.
No, she got that juicy podcast voice everybody loves.
I'm doing my best. Everybody can just be so upset that they got me instead.
All right, do we want to start off with... who wants to start off, I guess?
What are you talking about?
For like the books, we're doing a general book chat, right?
Oh, well,
What
that's
did
a
you
bit
guys
of a
think we were doing?
snacks.
Well, it's
we
that we can't do an hour of snacks.
I don't know. Maybe if they're really
Watch
good.
us.
What am I? I finished the first Murderbot
Yeah.
diary. I really liked it. It was really good. You kind of really get attached to Murderbot.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to read the rest of them.
I want to. And I started listening to, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it now. Columbus Day, but I can't remember who it's by. Yeah, the one you recommended.
Yeah, I'm on book 15 of that.
Are you?
Expeditionary.
They
Camp.
are so funny.
15?
Do
What?
I said 15. Dang. How many books are there?
17 that I know of.
That's like the Dresden Files.
Yeah, but it's
really good.
not the Dresden Files too.
Okay, fair.
But it's no, it's like totally. It's like a more military kinda, and
Space Force.
Space Force. There's
AI.
aliens. Some of the aliens look like giant hamsters, and it is just so funny.
They're also cats.
Oh, I haven't got to that part. I'm just on the hamsters.
Wait.
Spoilers. Hello.
So
It's okay.
I don't think you could spoil it because it's just crazy.
Speaking of
funny.
Murderbot, though, this is some breaking news from a couple weeks ago, so not that breaking, but apparently it's like starting production now at Apple TV. They're doing a show with Oh, dang. One of the Skarsgårds. There's so many of them. Alexander Skarsgård. Yeah. So that should be fun. Looking forward to that.
Columbus Day.
What
Neil
you talking
Gaiman.
about?
Did Neil Gaiman write Columbus Day?
I think so. I think that's who it is.
No way.
I don't
think so. Maybe I just read that on one of the books I moved last night.
Maybe
Could have happened.
That's true.
We
'Cause
moved a lot of
like,
books.
Probably, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 books last night.
Oh.
I'm so tired and sore.
Is it the Expeditionary Force series? It's by Craig Allenson.
Craig Allen. Well, I was close.
Oh, very close, yeah. I'm sure they're the same.
I'm glad to hear so much science fiction talk. I've read most of the Murderbots, a lot of them, and I love that you guys did Time War recently because I just read Time War not long ago and I absolutely loved it. I'm a huge science fiction fan. I'm super excited that, speaking of TV shows, that they're making a 3-Body Problem show for HBO because I love that series. I think it's outstanding, and I'm just a huge sci-fi fan, so I'm glad to hear some sci-fi stuff.
We read a lot of it.
Yeah. It's
I
one of
would
my
say so.
top genres.
Mhm.
Fantasies before it, but I think science fiction's right
Right in
after.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
sometimes we
reading-
start out with stuff that we don't realize is science fiction until we
Yeah. Yeah.
you just pick the book up. And it's like, this looks interesting, It's like, oh wow, they're in space.
Yeah, I'm reading one Mallory suggested called Butcher and Blackbird. It's really, really good. I catch myself laughing and smiling while I listen to it and whatnot. There is accidental cannibalism in it, and I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, the best kind of cannibalism.
I'm glad that
Accidental.
doesn't.
Accidental.
Yeah, what's accidental cannibalism?
Okay, so
Fall asleep with your mouth open?
no, you go to dinner with somebody and they're a cannibal, but you don't know it, and
Okay.
you eat what they cook.
The long
Oh.
pig.
Okay. Mhm.
Human roast. Yum.
Delicious.
Anyways, I have a thing for cannibalistic books apparently. So, anyways, that's the
Yeah,
only
you
book.
do.
Science,
I really
science
do.
fiction and cannibalism.
I read a lot of books that have cannibalism. I don't search it out. I just pick books, and it happens to be cannibalism.
Maybe it's trying
Do you
to
like
unlock-
zombies then too?
Huh?
Like, does that count as cannibalism? Is zombies count as cannibalism?
I don't think so. That's more monster.
Mallory
I don't
freaks out
know.
over
They're
those.
people eating people.
Yeah, but
Are they really people?
Their bodies eating people.
They are human-ish most of the time. All right. Nick, what have you been reading recently?
I just finished up a book called Deacon King Kong by James McBride. It's very good. It's like set in the inner city. Great book. I read Paranisi, which is like science fiction-esque.
No, that's the worst one.
I like that book a lot.
I didn't
I
love it.
hate that book.
Yeah, I was torn. It had like a very like House of Leaves type of feel.
Oh, I'm
but
actually
I
currently
didn't
reading
love
House of
the
Leaves.
ending. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I didn't love the ending of it. I thought it was just too like have your cake and eat it too, where they just couldn't pick. It was a Twilight Zone type of book, and they just didn't have an ending that fit that. But I'm reading another science fiction book now called The Sparrow, which is Mary Doria Russell, and it's like from the 90s, and it basically could be called Jesuits in Space. It's like a bunch of it's a first contact book where the Jesuits get, for some reason, like the information and decide to like go visit these aliens. So it's very strange, but that's what I'm reading right now.
Sounds interesting.
Do you guys have a book? Do you have a book that you remember got you into science fiction? Like, is there something from a childhood that you remember? You read a book and it was a great science fiction book, and you're like, oh, this is something I like.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
We went to a movie that really turned us onto it. It was the opening day of Star Wars, the first one.
That shows their age.
Yes, it does. But man, that was the coolest thing ever. I didn't even know what it was when we went.
I can't think of any book, like my first science fiction book. I can't think of one.
I mean, mine is
have-
definitely Animorphs. I mean, that's sci-fi,
that-
right? It's kind of a
Kinda.
weird pseudo sci-fi thing, but it's a good kids one, you know?
I think mine
Looks like
wasn't
third
a
grade.
sci-fi. It was fantasy. It was Castle Rugna by Piers Anthony.
Oh, my very first fantasy book ever was The Hobbit.
Just start with like a tiny little thing.
It was read to me. I didn't read it. It was read to me.
It's a kid's book.
It is, but it's not a small one. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I don't know. Like sci-fi books, I didn't start reading sci-fi really, aside from Animorphs, which is like, you know, if that counts or not, until probably The Hitchhiker's Guide in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of them.
I remember reading The Andromeda Strain when I was a kid.
Oh, was that the scariest thing ever?
Michael Crichton book. Yeah, and there was something. I'm like, it's just a book full of like charts and numbers, and I enjoyed it. I'm like, why am I enjoying reading this? It shouldn't seem like it's just like scientists looking over numbers and things, but I loved it, and I still remember that like turning me on to the genre.
Have you read Hyperion?
No, what's that?
Hyperion is one of those, it's a collection there's an overarching thing, but there's like a collection of short stories from all these people inside of the thing. It's one of the like, it's supposedly one of the like classic best sci-fi books. Like it's fairly modern. I think it's like, I don't know, it was fairly recent.
It was on the list of the top sci-fi books of last year.
Oh, never mind. I say recent. Okay. It was 89, so it's
it must be literally out again because it was on the top list of sci-fi books because I ordered it.
I've been seeing it get popular again. Hyperion's very good though, and Dune obviously is like the best sci-fi ever. Period.
What?
It's too good. Soft sci-fi.
Have any of you read the Wayfarer series, like Becky Chambers?
I haven't.
No, I want to though, and I just actually finished up. That was going to be one of the books I talked about today. I just finished up A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. Excellent author, very cozy.
Okay. Yeah, they're great. They're great. It's a great series. It's sci-fi, but it's very modern. Like it's like super like progressive liberal sci-fi, but it's more of like relationship and family based around what's happening to the characters as they're in space, but she's a very good writer.
Yeah,
that sounds interesting. Writer. I'll have to like look into getting those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually that's on my to read list. I've got The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet in the other room.
Yeah.
There's
that three main ones, and that's book one, and the second one is Close and Common Orbit. It's really, really, it's the best one.
Yeah, I've been wanting to read it. Recently. All right, Auntie, what have you been reading?
The Expeditionary Force.
Oh, okay. Well,
one right after the other. That's about it.
Up to book 15, apparently.
Yep. It's really good. I've enjoyed it. And the characters are amazing. And the reader is R.C. Bray, I believe. And he does so many different voices. And you know exactly who it is when he starts to talk. He's really good.
He takes his hometown is in Maine, isn't it?
Yes.
Maine.
Like Stephen King.
Well, the character, I don't know about him, but the main character's hometown is in Maine, which I can't even remember his name right now.
Maine's an interesting place.
Joe.
No, but they call him Barney because of the truck, but I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, well.
Does it change?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you all about it, but I can't, so.
How much of what you do is audiobook versus, because I am like staunchly anti-audiobook. I don't like to do it at all. If I'll listen to podcasts, I'm just always listening to Reading Room Ruffians podcast.
Yay!
Most of what
most of my reading.
Most of what I read is audiobooks because I have 3 children and I work and I'm in school also. So I don't have a lot of downtime to just sit and read. So like I listen in the car, I listen on my lunch breaks, or I listen while I clean my house.
I think mine's about half and half.
Mine's recently been about half and half. I've got a lot more physical books recently.
I like a physical book better, but the audiobooks are easier at the moment because I can listen in the car and then when I'm home doing chores.
Do you do actual physical books, or do you do Kindle? Because I've been doing Kindle a lot recently.
I do. I'm like, I guess from a bygone era, if I can't get a hard copy of it, I won't read it. I don't even own a Kindle. I spend just a lot of time getting the hard copy books in the library, or I'll buy it. But I don't know, it's just different. Like there's something about reading for me that part of it is like an intangible feel, and like I need to have the book in my hand. So
I'm with you 100% on that one.
I love to have a physical book. Like that's a great thing to have. I have no time.
I never read on Kindle though.
Yeah.
I don't read on anything.
See, I don't like.
If I read, it's a book.
I don't like reading on my Kindle too much. Like shorter books I can do, but I can't do long ones on my Kindle. I do put my textbooks for school on my Kindle though.
No, I'm all
That's
about.
because you can search them.
Yeah, I can search keywords. It makes it so
The
much
books
easier.
for me are just like they're just shelf trophies. I just want to buy the book and then I want to read it on Kindle or on audiobook, but I want to have the physical.
Oh,
book.
See,
wow.
I do that a lot.
Okay.
If I really like a
My shelf
book
trophies.
that I've like read on Kindle or audio or whatever, I will go and buy a physical copy just to be like, oh yeah, I've read all of these.
And the spine is not broken.
I know, it's amazing. I've never
Like-
opened it.
Peeping in the
Yeah, basically. Yeah, she's like, oh, let's see.
Yeah, like I have this beautiful copy of The Stand, which is a fantastic book. But I've listened to it. I listened to it on Audible. I think it was Audible. Anyway, something like that. And I have never cracked the pages ever. It's got gold leaf pages and it's just beautiful, but no, never opened it. Same thing with like half the
Wow.
Dresden Files books I own. I buy the book and then I also buy the audiobook. I just listen to the audiobook and I just have the book on my shelf because it looks pretty.
We're just the opposite, because I won't keep the book in my like after I'm done with the physical book, I'll get rid of it. I don't have a bookshelf or anything.
Oh,
but I like to
wow.
have it just to read it. Yeah.
Interesting.
unimaginable to me.
Yeah, that's weird. I
mean,
literally.
I have shelves and stocks and boxes.
Yeah, same.
You've got a problem, actually, I think, Mama.
Anytime I walk past the
Well,
books
you
that
know.
are donated to the library, I do a quick skim and I'm like, that one looks interesting. Or if I'm like, oh, I read that one, it's really good. I want a copy of it. Yeah, it comes home
Yeah,
with me.
it's always nice
Do you
to have.
alphabetize the books?
No,
Is there an author alphabet, or is there by color all the yellow spinal books
Nope.
together?
They're just piles and stacks.
mine on my bookshelf. I put them like the ones that I like the most, or like were the most enjoyable for me, or whatever, or the prettiest. They go on my top shelf.
Oh, so you have like a top shelf books.
I have top shelf
and
books.
like, what about the lower shelf books?
Those are the ones that suck or I haven't read yet.
Oh, okay.
Mine are just a
How
mishmash
high is
everywhere.
the top shelf?
It's about
Is it a large bookshelf?
it comes up to about my chest. But it's like the
But
entire
she's
length.
short. She's very
I am
short.
I am
So
short.
it's 3
Alright.
feet tall.
No, 4 feet maybe.
4 feet. 4 feet, ma'am. But like it goes the entire length of my wall. So
Okay. I'm like 6'3", so I thought like your top shelf you'd really
no,
be...
I'm like
way up
5'2".
there.
So
Okay.
So have you guys ever read, I know Ariel has, I don't think, oh, you have, but have you ever read lit RPGs before?
oh yeah,
I love lit RPGs.
they're so good.
I haven't.
The one that I read that I convinced Mallory was to read was How to Defeat the Demon King in 10 Easy Steps or something similar to that kind of title. But
Yeah, I remember you talking about that one.
it's really good.
The one I was going to bring up today is I just read through the whole series 2 weeks ago, like over the past couple of weeks. There's 6 books. It's still coming out, but it's called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh my god, I had that on my TBR when you told us about it.
It is fantastic. The premise is, it is sort of sci-fi mixed with fantasy. So basically you've got aliens who come, they invade Earth, right? Kill almost everybody on the entire planet. And the ones who are left over, they were given a choice. You can either stay on the surface or you can go into what they call the dungeon. And the dungeon is basically just, it's built all underneath the surface of the planet, and it's a televised thing that's televised out to the whole galaxy, right? And the main character, he goes in there, and he goes in there with his cat, and the whole point is you're trying to get out of the dungeon. You get lower and lower and lower into different floors, and it's sort of like an RPG in the sense that you have to pick a class, you gain stats, you gain whatever like abilities and things like that as you go through. And the main guy, he's stuck wearing just his undies because that's where it was like underwear and a bathrobe. Or no, in a jacket. Underwear and a jacket when he goes in. And he's stuck wearing that now for the rest of the whole thing. and his cat that went in there. It's like a
like
Persian
when you
show
die,
cat.
they say that's your ghost outfit.
It's sort of like that, yeah. The cat that goes in with him, it's a Persian show cat that was his girlfriend's, and it
I really
gains
thought
the
you were
ability
gonna
to speak.
I really thought you
And
were saying
it's
that
just
the
so
cat
sassy.
was his girlfriend.
No, his girlfriend's cat.
Okay.
brought
I
with
was like,
him.
what happened there?
And her name is Princess Donut, the Queen Anne Chong.
I love that.
But they just
That's a
call her
perfect
Donut all the
name.
time.
That's a perfect name.
Anyway, it's a funny thing, and there's 6 books out right now. They're super fast reads. Yeah, I've read both the Kindle version and done the audiobook. The audiobook is, I'm going to say, better, though, because it's got a guy who sounds like the voice of Kronk. You know?
Oh, how hilarious.
And actually, the guy who plays Kronk in, Emperor's New Groove is in the most recent book as a character. So it's
I'm
pretty
pretty
cool.
sure that's the one I'm going to, after I eventually finish the book that I'm on, I'm going to read those next. Because they sound really good and I need something fun right now. Shocking, right? I'm
Yeah.
not going for
Well,
horror.
you know, Nora Roberts is coming up. It's like,
This is true. You can read that
I'm
one.
excited for Nora.
I'm not.
Oh, you're going to love it.
I think you really will.
You know what? I may hate it on principle.
No,
That would-
it'll probably be fine. All right, do we want to do our first set of snacks? Which one do we want to do?
I want a snack.
You guys choose.
We do the chips first.
Is that because you already have your bag open?
Well, I got both up, and I'm ready for both. Nick, do you want to explain how the snacks work and how you rate them?
Yeah, sure. So the way we do it, every week we have 3 snacks, and we use a 5-point scale. So I guess we can use that scale today since I'm here. So the podcast, as I mentioned, was called You Tried Dat, D-A-T. We've been doing it about 5 years. We've always used this scale. You can either rate it a love dat, like dat, indifferent to dat, dislike dat, or hate dat. Those are our 5 choices.
All right. So the first one we've got here is Mr. B, which is, I think, local to West Virginia, right?
In Parkersburg specifically.
Yeah,
And
it says
I think they're only sold in West Virginia.
it says proudly made in West Virginia on the bottom. These
like-
ones are pepperoni roll
Which is
flavored.
another famous West
Oh,
Virginia
that's a
thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
West Virginia Day, you leave out pepperoni rolls and Mountain Dew for the Mothman.
Did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
That is
Wow.
a thing.
Did not know
Okay.
that.
Are we tasting?
I'm already tasting it.
Okay.
Can you guys get a snack there called... So last year, our best snack of the year was called Goo clusters. Can you get those down there?
I've never heard of them. I don't
They're
know.
Like a southern thing.
Dude,
Okay.
They taste like a pepperoni
they
roll.
taste like one.
I'm
Oh,
looking up these
snap.
Google clusters. I've never seen this before.
I
Oh my
love
God.
this.
You mean you love that? I don't
I
know
love
about
that.
this.
Yeah. Dude,
So it's
I'm going to
chip.
eat all of them.
And if you've ever had a pepperoni roll, it tastes a lot like a crunchy pepperoni roll. It's very, very strange. I don't
love it.
actually know how they did that. And
I
for
don't
those
either.
of us
Magic.
who are not West Virginians and know what pepperoni rolls are, it is literally a roll with pepperoni in it. It's like the most basic stuff
And
ever.
cheese. You put
Sometimes.
cheese
Well,
in it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they have cheese. A lot of times they don't have cheese. This one doesn't
If
taste
you
like
like,
that.
Wait,
if
a
you want to be
roll?
fancy, you put cheese in it too. Yeah,
I don't know what
like a bread
pepperoni
roll.
is.
Yeah, it's like just a bread roll,
A bread roll.
but with pepperoni in it.
pepperoni-
It's
Like
baked
just an
in it.
oval, like a circular one? Okay. And you
It's
just
baked in
shove
it, yeah.
they shove pepperoni and bake it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's cheese? Is it's like
Some-
a pizza
Sometimes
inside
they
of
put
it?
cheese in it, but there's no sauce. It's just the
no sauce,
pepperoni
just the
and
pepperoni,
and
then
cheese
sometimes cheese, and sometimes people put cheese on top instead of inside.
yeah,
Okay.
It's
'Cause
definitely
when
one
you
of these
said
weird-
pepperoni roll, I'm just picturing like
just a roll
a
of pepperoni.
deli.
No,
Yes,
no,
exactly. That's
It's
all I
like
was
Just take
thinking.
out a bite of
it's
hunk of
a
pepperoni. No.
bread. It's like a hot pocket without anything in it except for pepperoni.
Okay.
Well, that's not the
Kinda,
kind of
yeah.
roll, though.
No,
You know,
No,
like
it's
homemade
like
bread?
a bread roll.
Like homemade bread, when you make
Yeah, yeah.
homemade bread, you would pinch off a little bit of that dough and flatten it out, put pepperonis in it, roll it up, and bake it. So you would have like
Okay.
homemade bread surrounding your pepperoni.
Is this something that people are making or it's sold like
both.
It's sold in
Restaurants and
it's sold in
places
like
sell it?
Kroger's and Walmart here, but also people make them from
Okay.
scratch.
Mom makes
All right.
really good ones.
Oh, yeah. I got her recipe.
Did you?
I should have made some.
You should have. What were you thinking?
I don't know. We could have compared pepperoni rolls to
Sounds
pepperoni
good.
chips.
The pepperoni rolls themselves are pretty good. I don't know how I feel about these. I'm borderline like and indifferent. I know. I think I'm more indifferent. I would not purchase these chips personally.
I would. I like
At
'em.
first, I thought it tasted exactly like one. The second and third one, not as much.
They remind me of
No.
combos.
I think they would give me heartburn.
It is giving
They
me
do
heartburn.
sort of like
It's a
they
little
do
bit
sort of taste like
stronger.
combos.
little
Go
bit
get you some of
stronger
that
than
half and half out there.
Yeah, it's a little stronger than like a regular pepperoni roll. It's got a little bit more
Spice.
yeah. And not the bread to kind of like
Spice.
spice. It's got a little bit more
That's
spice.
why I said
Oh.
spice.
Thought you said ice.
I did too.
Yeah, there's very few chips that are meat flavored. You know, like meat and chips is maybe a strange combo. You don't see that very often.
We have a
Like, I think
biscuits
Lay's
and
came
gravy
out with
one.
like
Look.
a biscuits and gravy chips from
Mhm.
Mr. B.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We haven't tried that one.
I'm gonna.
But I guess like if you have, maybe there's a precedent for it. Like if you have a steak or something and like steak sauce gets on your fries, like that's not a bad, right? That's maybe like the closest real life meat and potato combo. I think these are pretty good actually. Better than most different types of chips that we try. I definitely give them a like that.
Well, if you like that, you would love a real pepperoni roll.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know which one of you I have to beg to send me some fresh ones, like bake them and send them out to me, but because they sound delicious.
That'd be me.
So.
We'll put Ariel right on that.
Yeah. When the weather clears up, I could do that.
Yes.
Okay, the more I eat them, the more I kind of like them.
Now, see, I was the opposite.
don't know
The more
why.
I eat, the less I like them. I would say it's like maybe right in the middle. What is the one that's right in the middle?
Indifferent to that.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of indifferent to that.
I'm going to go with a mild like that.
How
I'm
much of a-
indifferent.
I mean, I don't hate them.
This is
I
a
don't either.
personal question.
What?
How much of a bag of chips this size you sit down on a weekend and the weather's bad? How much of a bag of chips this size do you get through in a sitting?
Oh, the whole thing, probably. Over the day. I'm seriously. I eat a little bit, and I go back and I eat a little bit more, and I go back and I eat a little bit more.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't just sit and eat chips,
No.
but if I did sit and eat, I could probably get through half the bag. But not sitting when I just go back and eat a little bit, like you say,
Yeah, I would
I would
graze.
eat it like all day. It'd be gone.
No, I'm not going to
Yep.
lie. I'd crush a bag of chips in a sitting. Like if I'm watching a movie or something like that, I'm just going to have those chips open right next to me going like this, like a slob, just wiping it all over myself.
See, popcorn, I'll do that too. Like those large
Well,
movie
see, that's the thing.
popcorns, I can eat a whole bucket of the large popcorn, and then go get a refill before the movie's over, and take some of it home with me, and snack on the way home.
What's this? For the rest of you, what's the go-to snack? What do you always have in your house that you have to that you could put back the most of when you sit down?
Oh, I know that one. Semi-sweet morsels and pecans. Mix them together. Eat them all day long. For breakfast, even.
Yeah.
I do. I love it.
The morsels are like the chunks of like chocolate,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just the semi-sweets like you put
Chocolate
in chocolate chip
chips.
cookies.
Yeah, but the morsels are a different size and shape, I believe.
No,
No,
no. Semi-sweet
They're not
morsels.
chocolate chips?
No.
they're just
Those are
regular.
called chunks.
Are you sure?
Oh,
those are
yeah.
just
100%
chunks.
sure.
Whatever.
I don't hardly ever eat
Uh,
chips.
I can't think of a snack that I snack on all the time.
Crackers. I absolutely love crackers.
Maybe peanut butter. I'm real big on going and getting a spoonful of peanut butter all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just the peanut butter?
That's
No,
no
I
shame,
mean-
no
peanut
shame in
butter.
that.
I mean, I do the peanut butter sandwiches, like the half peanut butter sandwich. You put peanut butter on there and you just fold the bread in half and you eat that.
What you
I
do
just-
is
I
you
just
take the
have that.
peanut butter
I'll
and you
just
dip
crush
it
it.
in the chocolate chips
Oh, God,
and you
yes.
eat it like that.
Yeah, that's my
I used to
second
eat it like
go-to.
that all the time, but see, I don't hardly eat stuff like that anymore. All my
That's probably a
go-to
good thing.
snacks are like not a thing
That's a shame.
anymore. Now, when I can afford them, I buy the Clio bars because those are amazing. They're like Greek yogurt,
those are
cheesecake
fancy.
flavored
Yeah.
bars that are dipped in chocolate.
You left one of those at my house one day.
They're good.
I've never heard of those.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I couldn't eat it all in one sitting though because they're real small
You
bars.
can get those mini ones. You
but
can get
it
mini
was
ones.
it was amazing. I ate a little bit and I put it back in the fridge and then I went back later. It was gone before the day was out, but
Yeah.
I couldn't eat it all at one sitting. I had
Yep.
to. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Yep. The strawberry cheesecake flavored
That
ones.
was good. It
Woo.
was.
So what's your favorite?
Well, in general on the pod, we are big like chocolate and peanut butter fanatics, and so every year we seem like some new kind of Reese's product is like winning like the best of the year for us. But personally, I love cookies. I'm like a big chocolate chip cookie person. So like, however some people have 3 or 4, like I eat them by the sleeve. And so I just will. However
I
many
understand
come in a
that.
sleeve is a serving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it
I hardly
comes to
ever buy
Reese's,
chocolate chip.
if it comes to Reese's, it's going to be a fast break for me. I like those.
The fast breaks are pretty good.
The
Good
peanut
texture.
butter lovers big cups. That's what I
haven't
like.
had that.
Oh
Okay.
man, if you like peanut butter. I want to
Probably
scoop
the-
peanut butter up with the big cups. Cuz that's how much I like peanut butter.
That sounds great.
It's
Actually, if
really
someone
good.
gives me a Hershey bar, I'll just go straight to the.
I've
peanut
done
butter
that.
jar.
That's
Hershey
so
bar, yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good.
Yep.
Probably the best snack we've had in almost 5 years of doing the podcast was called Reese's Crispy Crunchy. And they only made it for like a year, and it's hard to find now, but it's basically like a Butterfinger inside of like a bunch of and then there's another layer of chocolate and peanut butter on top of that. It's so good. It's really hard to find.
That sounds good.
I hate Butterfingers. I don't think I'd like
I
it.
like them.
I hate them.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good because that's
You are
always
weird.
the thing with Reese's. You
I
want
have
that
never
texture.
claimed to be anything other than weird.
Nick, I have a
Butterfingers are
question for
good.
you. How in God's
Yeah.
name did you stomach those candy canes you guys tasted a few podcasts
yeah,
ago?
yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, there is no way I could do that. No way. Hot dog candy canes?
What?
No. Oh, it was hot dogs and bacon and macaroni and
Mac and
cheese
cheese.
and dill pickle. Yeah. No, I was
So
like,
most
there's
of
no way.
half of the stuff we get is sent to us by people, and it's usually sent by someone who just wants to hear us not like it. Like they purposely send it knowing that we won't enjoy it. So we've done bugs before,
Oh,
like different candy, like candy that has bugs in it
Mhm.
usually. So we've done a lot of strange things, and I think we've just become numb. Maybe
What's the weirdest thing you've ate?
that's a really good question. You know, stuff that comes from overseas when people travel is usually very just weird to us because we're not used to eating it. But like fish put into like chip and snack form is just something that like the United States doesn't have. Like they don't make fish chips. So that kind of stuff is always
think
really
I'd eat
strange.
that.
But even something like hot dog candy canes right up there. That's just
Yeah.
just so
It's
nasty.
like, oh.
We were talking about potential snacks for today, and I was sending snacks to them, and they kept on denying them. But like,
And weak.
but like I've ate pickles and brownies together, and that's pretty good. I've put Colby Jack cheese and like chocolate fondue. That's pretty good.
Wait, how's a pickle and a brownie? How do you eat a pickle and a brownie?
I just put a pickle on top of a brownie and eat it.
What?
She
Oh,
wanted us
God.
to try Snickers dipped in
Yeah.
Nacho cheese.
nacho cheese sauce.
What?
Yeah, that's what I
so
said.
apparently something that they saw on TikTok.
Yeah, I
I don't
wanted
know.
corn and Oreos together once, like salty corn and Oreos together. That was delicious. Yeah,
Corn? Like corn niblets or on the cob? What did
like
you...
just
did you do
corn, just like corn,
Like a
I
can
don't
of
know.
corn.
Spoonful of
Like
corn?
a can of corn. Yeah, it was salty and the Oreos were sweet and it was really good
Mhm.
Oh my
together.
God. So funny.
I
Did you
don't know.
untwist the Oreo and put the corn in there?
No, I just kind of like scooped.
Okay.
And then when
Using-
when I was pregnant with my daughter, so maybe this is just whole pregnancy hormones and stuff like that. But I had cheesy garlic mashed potatoes, and I so badly wanted to scoop them up with Reese cups. But I couldn't get my husband at the time to go buy me Reese cups to do it, so I never got to try it. But I still think about that to this day. I was like, I bet it would have been delicious.
Yeah, none of those things you named are normal. That was like 4 or 5 really bizarre things in a row.
Yeah, if we ever do snacks again for any reason, you're not allowed
Let
to pick them.
pick.
No.
Let me pick.
No.
I just, you must try it. You never know. It could be good. Could be. I've done the pickles and ice cream. That's not that great. It's not awful, but it's not great.
I've never
I
even
can
done a
imagine
fried
that'd be very
pickle.
good.
Oh my God, fried pickles. Oh my
Fried pickles are very good.
They're
They sell
so
those though places.
good.
That's normal.
I didn't care
Yeah.
for 'em.
Oh, they're so good.
I've never had one.
So good. A hot pickle. Mm.
The only thing is that when they slip out of the breading, that's like
Yeah.
kind of lame.
Yeah, that sucks. But you gotta dip them in ranch.
They're pretty good. Yeah.
I guess
Swear to
everything
God.
dipped in ranch is
Does
okay,
the-
right?
Yeah.
Does the Jackson County Library have a vending machine in it?
We do
No.
not, and now I'm kind of glad. We have a coffee
It's a good
station, but no vending machines.
Man, I could make all kinds of things.
No.
It's like tofu and gummy bears. We ate that.
Why?
It was one of our teens' challenges. They had a chopped challenge where they had to make food and they had secret ingredients they had to use. And then we had to try it and judge it. And one of them put gummy bears. Well, I don't want to say one of them. It was my child that put gummy bears on top of the tofu.
It was a
What, you
struggle.
mean Alex
And-
did this?
Yes, Alex did it. It wasn't that
Oh
bad.
my God.
And I had wiped that from my mind until now.
Discipline that boy better.
No.
Some of their stuff was pretty good. But
Yes,
man, there was some
man.
of it. It's like, oh, I have to swallow this. I think I spit one of them out.
You
I couldn't
did.
do it. I could not do
I
it.
swallowed everything that I put in my mouth.
Oh
Do
my.
not
I'm like-
cut this from that podcast.
I waited. I waited until they kind of went away and spit it in my napkin. And
Yes,
just
she did.
I couldn't. I can't even remember what it was.
I don't know.
It was horrible.
I hope they
Weird
listen. And I
stuff.
hope they find out about this betrayal.
They don't know whose it was. I don't even know whose it was.
I ate everything, guys.
I tried.
They want to do it again.
We have other staff members who can be judges.
I'm
Anyway.
going to stay home that weekend.
Yeah.
I think
There
I'm
you
just going to stay home
Y'all
that
got
weekend.
weak stomachs.
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to hop back to books briefly and then talk about the next stack here in a little bit?
I could really use some of the Coke to wash the pepperoni roll chip out of my mouth. So can we move on to that one?
You could get
No,
you a
Coke
drink.
doesn't
We
count
just
as a
don't have-
snack. You just
I
get
was
to
gonna say,
drink
we
it.
don't
We have
have
to drink
to-
some of it down anyway.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
to drink some. Okay.
In a little bit. Not
Another
yet.
one.
All right, Mommy, you been reading anything else?
I finished up The Soul of an Octopus, which is really good, which we're going to talk about. I think
You
the next
can't talk
podcast.
about that one.
I'm not. I just had. That's all I'm saying about it. That's it.
Okay, well, anything that you could actually talk about?
No, I can't think of it. Maybe I don't know. I can't remember. It seems like I did finish something, but I can't remember what it was.
What
I might
reading
think of it.
podcast?
So go on to somebody else, and I'll think of something.
All right.
Did anybody read Clara and the Sun or any other Ishiguro books?
Yes. Claire the Sun is the only one I've read, I think.
I loved it. Did you like it?
That's the one, she's like an android, right?
Yeah,
Or
like
robot.
basically like a friend.
Yeah, robot
like
friend.
a friend for
basically.
the kid.
Yeah. I thought it was very interesting. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I understood what was going on with just like the fact that the robot friends people had developed this sort of like pseudo religion. I don't know if it was like just in that shop or if it was like a robot friend wide thing. Do you remember what they were called?
I can't. I read it a while ago.
Yeah,
But
I read
remember
this a
it was,
couple
like,
years ago.
It was the family had lost a child, and then were like almost they like brought this robot in to watch the child was dying, like to watch this dying child and like sort of learn her mannerisms and things.
Yeah. It was a good book. We read it for my book club a couple of years ago, and it was the basic premise is it's like somewhat sort of a little bit in the future time. They have these androids that can come and be your kid's friend, right? Basically, that's the idea. What they were
Right.
doing with this particular one, I don't know if I want to spoil too hard, but it was they brought it into yeah, like you said, learn the daughter's mannerisms and stuff.
Okay, well, I'm going to try
And
to
it
spoil
was
it. Did they try? Was it to
very
replace the daughter? Okay,
I will neither confirm nor deny.
that's my answer. That's my answer.
All right, it's brief spoilers. Skip 30 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear. Yeah, they brought it in to learn the mannerisms of the kid so that if the kid died, because she was very sickly, if the kid died, they would have a replacement for her. And I think that they made like a new body for her, right?
Oh my
like
gosh.
hardcore for the robot so that they could transfer the consciousness into that new body, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's a very interesting book. But the reason it's called Claire and the Sun is because they're all solar powered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Clara has these ideas about what the sun could do, basically. Could cure this little girl. Could it was like basically the robot's version of God. It was very interesting. A very interesting book. It'd be a good one to talk about on the podcast, just in general, but it's a fantastic little book.
Does favorite book exist in your guys' world, or is it just
No.
is there too many?
No,
such
too
thing as
many.
favorite?
I have this theory about, I think everyone gets started on reading from one book that really strikes a chord with them. Mine was Black Beauty. That was like when I was in 3rd grade, but still, that's still one of my favorites. I mean, too many pleasant memories from that one.
Yeah, for me it was The Hobbit. I mean,
It's my favorite
fantastic
movie.
little book. What's your favorite movie?
The Hobbit. It's my comfort movie.
Which one?
The first one.
You mean the animated one or
No.
the Hobbit?
No. The one with Martin
You're
Freeman.
talking about the
Peter Jackson
one
one.
with Martin Freeman. That the first one was all right. The rest of them were kind of crap, but the first one
Yeah,
was all
that
right.
first one, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey with Martin Freeman, is my favorite. It's my comfort one.
Nah. Lord of the Rings. Extended edition, single movie. Just all 14 hours of it. What about you, Nick? Do you have a favorite book or book that got you started on reading?
Probably not a favorite. If it comes to somebody wanting a recommendation, I usually go to The Art of Fielding. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's Chad Harbach. It's like, I don't know, maybe 10 years old, but I'm a lifelong baseball fan and player. And so it is about like a small college, like a D2 college where, and it kind of it covers the life of this couple players on this baseball team, but it's like only loose, baseball's the setting for it. And then there's like a player on the team who is sleeping with a administrator at the college, and there's a player who gets, one of the main characters like has an errant throw that hits somebody in the head and like ruins their life, and so then he gets like the yips and can't perform anymore. So there's a bunch of little things in there, but it's really, really good. I love it so much. So if anyone's listening who's a baseball fan at all, Art of Fielding is the best baseball book I've ever read.
You actually make it sound interesting, and that's not one of my. That's not an interest of mine, but I'm thinking, that sounds kind of cool.
In the past year, the best
we
book I
freeze?
read was called Convenience Store Woman.
The Convenience Store Woman?
It was called Convenience Store Woman. It's very short. It's probably like 150 pages. And it's about a woman in Japan who just works at this convenience store, and she's like older and has worked there for a long time. And her life's like based around how like repetitive the job is, and she likes the like comfort of it. And like some things in the convenience store are changing. It's hard to describe what's so good about it, but it's like a character story, like a character study that's just the best that I've read. So that's my like this year's recommendations, the best book I read this year.
I have not heard of either of these. They're on my watch reads now.
Yeah. The Cold Millions I read this year was very good. I know that was like, I grabbed it off like a book club shelf, but it's about like a workforce, like the setting up of unions, and so it's from that. And then I read one about like called Rizzo. That's about Mary, Queen of Scots, like her very publicized death. That I also thought was very good.
It's a wide variety of book types, it sounds like, that you've been going on.
Yeah, I like to change. I'm very much into changing genres like every couple of books. And so I just read my first one by, I can't think of it. Who's the guy who wrote Lonesome Dove?
Lonesome Dove?
Oh, gosh. It's not L'Amour, is it? Is it Louis L'Amour?
No, it's...
John Stone?
Larry
another-
McMurdy.
Oh, I wasn't even close.
McCurdy. Yeah, McMurdy. But I read one of his called Horseman Pass By, which is good. So I do like to do some Westerns, too, from time to time.
You know, we were talking about that yesterday when we were moving books. I have never read a Western.
Me either.
But I think I should. Because it's like, I've never tried it, yeah.
I think they get a very bad rap, like people think of them as, like, so from a sci-fi perspective, people who don't like sci-fi think of Star Wars, right? Like that the book's just going to be...
That's all it is.
Spaceships and shooting and stuff like that. And so I think people who aren't into Westerns think that it's just cowboys, riding around chasing bad guys and stuff, which the one I just read, Horseman Pass By, is about like an aging rancher who his like cattle become infected with this like terrible disease, and he's forced to like put them down, and just like the relationships with his family. So I think most of them are not what people think. I think they get a bad view of them.
I'm going to have to read one. I can't believe we were just talking about that.
Yeah, yesterday.
I can tell you a funny thing about people who check out Westerns, though. Usually it's older men. And I guess they forget what they've read because they don't keep track of it. So they put a little initial or something in the first page of the book, like a little brand. Some of them have like 14 and 15. I'm not kidding. And and they do it all over the place. It's not just here. Like that's a common thing that the people that read Westerns put like a
Their
little
own
brand,
personal brand in there.
That's I've read this one. I could go pull one off the shelf and show you right now. They're hilarious.
That's wild.
When a person walks into the library, what's the percent chance you can tell what section they would go to? Someone walks in, you look at them, you got to guess what section they're going to. Could you do that accurately?
Only with inspirationals, the Christian fiction. You can usually pull them out. And sometimes Westerns, sometimes the older men, but for the rest of it, it's like...
I was going to say, a lot of the times, I think the most of the people that we see come in, we already know.
Well, true.
But like, every now and then you'll get someone in and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to read that. And then sometimes they'll get something and you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Like there's this one man who comes in and he reads the same kind of books that I read in high school, I guess, like YA fantasy books.
Mm-hmm.
Would have never pegged
the
him
older
as-
guy?
Yeah.
That checks out lots of books?
Yeah.
They're great people.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
love them to
but
death.
it's like you would never peg.
No, I would have never.
And it's really eclectic, too.
Yeah, and it's so fun because he's like, have you read this one? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I read that one. I read the whole series. And then we geek out about books. It's great. Yeah, and he'll be like, I want some kind of similar to this series. I'm like, oh, I got you. I got you. So it's nice.
But yeah, sometimes people really surprise you.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got your classic. I mean, usually you can pick out sci-fi readers too.
Yeah. And Colleen Hoover fans.
Oh, God. That's true. That's true.
Have you read any Colleen Hoover?
I have not.
I refuse.
I mean, I have.
I refuse.
Did you like it?
No, it was terrible.
See?
No, so the thing is, it was good. Like, the premise of the book was good, but then they just sprinkled in a bunch of this, ridiculous stuff. And then there was, some weird twist ending. And the twist ending was pretty good, but the rest of the book that you had to slog through to get there was not great. I can see why people like them. They're just not for me.
Actually, we have been sipping on the Coke and it's killing us because we're not used to drinking pop.
I haven't had soda in over 10 years. And that is the strongest. It blew my eyeballs out of my head.
Since we're doing it. All right, let's go ahead and try out the other snack. We were going to have more snacks, but FedEx screwed us over. And all the stuff I sent out earlier this week is still in Washington somehow. So, okay. So the way that this works, it's peanuts and Coke. So you take your peanuts and you put them in the Coke,
Shocker.
and then you drink it and you eat the
This-
peanuts.
Yeah.
I've seen people
this
do
isn't
this.
a West Virginia thing, is it?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it
it
is.
is a West Virginia thing.
My
My
mom
mom-
does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom likes it, and my ex-husband used to love
Oh,
this.
he did.
Yeah. And
I've
I've never
had it before,
I've
but
never
I'm afraid
had
of
it.
Coke now. Because it like really blew my eyeballs out of my head. It felt like.
Here we go.
It's confusing. I'm not sure.
I taste no difference.
Yeah. Do I need more peanuts?
Make sure you're chewing on those peanuts while you're drinking it, I guess.
okay.
I don't know.
This is not bad.
This is something that exists, or it's a TikTok experiment?
No, this
No,
is
this is a legit thing.
Yeah. Did you not get
I
a
don't know
Coke
if
and
you call it a
peanuts?
legit thing.
Nick, did you not get Coke and peanuts?
oh, he's
I do. I have.
he's just
Yeah, I got it in a can.
Okay.
it's probably like the candy canes now. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. It's pulling
I'm-
on my stitches, though, a little bit.
Oh, with your
Yeah, my mouth all full of
I think I
stitches
just
right
ruined
now,
a
so.
Coke.
Hmm?
I think I just ruined a Coke.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's all right. We got more.
I'm
You got
I'm
glass
just gonna.
bottles there. That's an old
Yeah, they got the
school,
nice
I prefer rum in
glass
my
bottle.
Coke.
Is that like the Mexican Cokes type?
Yeah, they are the Mexican
Coke.
ones because they have real sugar and not high fructose corn syrup.
Oh man, I've got the highest fructose corn
I'm
syrup.
sure you do.
Yeah.
The elite
Says right
fructose.
there.
Well, it's half corn syrup, so I don't know why I'd bother, right?
Exactly. This is like I'm just indifferent to this. It just tastes like nothing. It's like
Yeah,
a
it
Coke.
doesn't taste
Okay,
that
cream of
different.
Coke,
Do you think it tastes
and then you have
different?
peanuts.
The first sip I thought tasted a little bit different because I could get more of the salt.
Yeah.
But then after that, no, I'm not real impressed.
Yeah, no.
me-
I'd
Once
had
the,
to
once
drink
the
it
salt
all.
goes away,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had to
it's
drink it all
over.
in one drink to being able to. And there's no way I could have done that. So it was
no,
hard.
I can't drink like Coke very quickly. So
Does anybody else put anything else in like Coke? Do y'all
Mentos.
like?
Who drinks that?
No one. You just watch it blow up.
Well, I mean, like I said just a minute ago, I prefer rum in my Coke, but I used to dip popcorn in mine.
Oh my
Oh,
God, I
God,
remember that.
Okay, best
I
snack
remember it too.
ever.
It's gross.
When
It
you
was
go to
delicious.
fast food, go to Wendy's, get a Frosty, and dip your French fries in it.
Oh my God, it's so
You ever
good.
done
Oh,
that?
that's good, yeah.
I've tried that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
great.
That's
Eh,
how my
it's
kids eat
fine.
it.
No,
I
But-
love it.
the
Have you-
popcorn
She
in
thinks
Coke
it's
is
gross.
disgusting.
No, it was delicious. Don't even.
No, it's gross. It's
So-
like mushy. I don't like mushy popcorn.
I like it.
So, Nick, have you tried the Frosty with the French fries?
Frosty and French fries is an A+ combination. I think.
I guess I'm the only one that
agree.
had. I've
Love
never
it.
tried it.
You've never tried
No,
that?
I'm just like, I don't think so.
Oh, it's fantastic. Even Silas likes it. He
Yeah,
thought I was crazy, and he liked it too.
all my kids like it.
I don't really
Eat
get the
it.
appeal. I
It's
mean,
so
it
good.
tastes fine. I just think dipping them in ketchup is better. I don't know.
Do you like
Or just
Frosties
straight
in
fries.
general, Zach?
I think that could be the thing. I'm not really a big fan of Frosties. I like ice cream a lot. I just don't like the ice cream in Frosties.
I
you know?
like Frosties.
I like Frosties. I don't like chocolate ice cream, but I love a chocolate Frosty.
Nah, it's something about Frosties. I don't know what it is. I love me some ice cream. I think that I don't like plain ice creams very much. I want like chunkiness in my ice cream.
Oh,
Like pretzels in ice cream is
pralines and
delicious.
cream.
You're such an old person.
I am.
That's such an old person ice cream.
I love it.
Pralines? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, seriously.
I love it.
I know that you're.
You
I
know
mean, you're
she's-
turning what 60 this year.
I will. Yes.
You remember she used
I-
to buy
So-
butter pecan
I
all
would be
the
level
time?
60.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Right.
I also
keeps-
brought I brought a part something we do in our podcast, little game. I thought we could play it real quick. Why
Okay.
you do the
Oh, sure,
snacks. We frequently do we do a segment every podcast, like for most of them, 90% of them. We eat a couple snacks. We take turns coming up with a game to play. And one of them that I do a lot is called Craigslist Misconnections. I pull off misconnections. I don't know if you've ever gone on Craigslist, but people who saw someone that they wanted to talk to and didn't talk to them, they will post on this misconnections, hoping that another person sees it, right, and they can connect with them. So I find the weirdest ones. I pull them up, and since, I don't know, is this coming out soon, close to Valentine's Day?
Yes.
It'll be the week
Okay,
before
so-
Valentine's Day, I think.
Okay, so in honor of Valentine's Day, I just did this last week too, but this is one of them. I'll read you this paragraph the person wrote. I want you guys to tell me if you think we always rate it that there's going to be romance or no chance. So you tell me,
Okay.
are these people getting together, or is there no chance of this happening? So the guy writes, I drove you to the hospital while you were in labor. I am a driver for a part-time ambulance. I purposely didn't capture your billing info because I felt like you were in a bind. I noticed the new baby's dad didn't seem to be involved. If you're looking for someone who would be a good father figure, I'm available and looking for a long-term relationship. Just find the app and pretend like you lost something in the vehicle and we can reconnect through the app. If not, no big deal. Okay, so this guy drives this person to the ambulance and posts the bravest shooting his shot of all time here. He sees this pregnant woman and thinks, this is my perfect time for me to pounce. So what do you think? Is there a chance of this working out?
No.
I don't know.
I think
Postpartum, it's possible.
No, I think no. This is my reasoning. One, okay. She doesn't have the dad involved, which means she's probably doing this by herself. So, how much time do you have to search Craigslist?
Oh, this is true. I was assuming she saw it.
If she saw it,
Mm-hmm.
I still say no because that's creepy.
No.
And most women in this day and age are like, scared because people are weird.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to say no.
I think it could be the postpartum hormones that could. I think that would be your only shot because
What
it is
if
kind of weird.
he is her perfect type, and she
if
she
she's
remembers
in
this
labor,
guy.
I doubt that she paid much attention.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably not
trust
the time
me.
you're looking around, right? Yeah.
No,
No, but maybe she'll have a fond memory of this guy helping her out during the labor process.
I doubt that. I don't even remember what my anesthesiologist looked like with Anton, and he was more helpful than Michael during that.
Brutal.
You know what? I said what I said.
I don't know. I think he's got a
Okay.
chance.
Michael's sitting there next to me while I'm having my guts taken out because I'm having a C-section, and he's just like, "You good?" And then my anesthesiologist is like, "Are you all right? Is everything okay? Is there anything I can do for you?" Sweetest man on the planet couldn't tell you what his hair color was. Not a freaking clue. I don't know.
Well,
I remember my anesthesiologist.
All right.
Most beautiful blue eyes I'd ever seen in my life.
There you
Well,
go.
maybe.
Now we're talking.
Seriously.
there you go.
Yeah.
It would work for her.
He had the most beautiful blue eyes I'd ever seen in my life.
Like
Yep.
Tarzan.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I could swim in them. Beautiful.
Yeah, see?
Beautiful.
Tarzan, man, it's got a
Oh, my.
chokehold on us all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that Tarzan at DC was.
I remember the picture of the Tarzan from DC.
He was so pretty.
Oh my God. Even as a child, I knew that man was gorgeous.
Any of us have
Whatever,
what?
Do any of you have a cat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do one more. You tell me if this guy's got a chance to find somebody on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And this is, if you thought the last one was creepy, you might want to settle in for this. This one says, friendly human cat for adoption. It says, I will crawl around your house and do cat-like things in exchange for only cat food, water, a litter box, and occasional treats. Cats are more of a hassle than human cats. If you're looking to adopt a cat and have been researching the matter, you already know what I mean. There's less research done on human cats, so let a friendly little fellow into your house today and be one of the first to spearhead this fledgling community. I will not speak or do anything human-like, only cat-like. I look out windows, become enthralled with small objects, run across the room in the middle of the night, and make terrifying sounds in the corner or nuzzle you with my head. It says, you must care for me as you would a cat. Email me for details.
I feel like they have more of a chance than the first guy.
Not me, man.
Oh, wow.
I would not do it. But I know people out there
Oh
that
my
are
God.
weird.
Oh, my God. No.
I
I
wonder
never
if this
knew I
is
had to
fledgling
call a
community.
cat. Right? I didn't know there was more than one type.
Well, human cats, apparently. It's a fledgling community. That's the reason you're not familiar.
That's terrifying.
But there's someone for everyone, and I think this guy might find I think there's someone out there who might enjoy him.
He might find some crazy cat lady who's into this. You know, maybe they're allergic to real cats, but not human cats. And they just love cats, so... my only real concern, honestly, about this cat is the amount of food you would have to buy, you know? Cat food's not that cheap. It's getting expensive, especially got specialized stuff. Like mine, I got this little 9-pound bag, and it's like $25.
Yeah.
A
He's not
cat,
gonna
a
eat
human
pepperoni
cat.
rolls. Right.
Cat food's not
Yeah,
that
he wants
expensive
cat
here.
food.
He wants cat food, exactly. This stuff's going to add up real quick.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have more cats than you should have.
Nah.
Any human cats?
I have 7.
That's too many cats.
It is a lot of
Are you
cats.
sure you're not
13.
interested in this guy?
I know.
How many
No.
of your cats are cats? And
They're
how
all
many are
cat
human
cats. They're all cat
okay.
cats.
No human cats.
No human cats. I mean, my God, they're enough trouble as it is. Why would you want a 6 foot tall cat that they have to deal with?
Maybe he's not.
Well, whatever,
that tall.
whatever.
Maybe
tall.
he's.
It doesn't matter. They're bigger than a cat.
Oh, well, some people get they'll get pet lions or something like that. It's going to be smaller than that.
And there's people who are vertically challenged.
They're still bigger than a cat.
I will say, don't Google human cat because it's just a bunch of really weird pictures.
I don't know why you would Google that.
I wanted to see if there was a thing, but
No, I think it might be
there's
different if it was a cat in human form. You know how you have the sci-fi things where they have the cat races and stuff like that, or the D&D?
I'd love that.
That would be different. But a human pretending to be a cat?
No.
No, this is not a human. It's a human cat.
The real social experiment is what do you picture when I read that, right? Are you picturing a large, bald man with a mustache? Because that's what I'm picturing. The whole thing's going to be awkward.
Kind of overweight.
He's
pushing
little you out of bed.
Slimy looking, He's in his cat suit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least he has a suit on.
Like Luigi or Mario from that video game. Super Mario 3D World.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, like that.
No, I was thinking more like...
Only less cute.
Well, how do you know? Maybe he's a very cute man.
I mean, maybe.
Man cat. Man cat.
Man cat.
Okay, I'm sorry I took your podcast there.
No, that's fine. This is how we do sometimes. We get off on these crazy...
content right here. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We're rambling, men.
Tell you, that's a strange one.
What?
That would just be. I can't get that out of my head now. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's
why?
a bad song.
Yeah.
It's like,
it will haunt your dreams.
I'll take the ambulance.
I missed that. I'm okay with that.
The ambulance guy would be.
Ambulance driver doesn't look so bad anymore.
No, he does not.
I don't want either of them.
If you had to choose,
I wouldn't.
You would die on that hill.
I would die. No, thank you.
I think I'd go with the ambulance guy because I won't be cleaning up a man-cat litter box.
Yeah, that was my first thought when he was saying that. I was
man-cat litter box.
Yeah.
I didn't even... That's scary. That's even worse. That just cements it all for me. No, thank you. No, thank you very
I'm
much.
surprised at what comes out of my current cat. She's small. She's not that small. She's kind of chunky right now. But any closing thoughts?
No man cats for me.
Pepperoni roll chips are delicious.
I think they're okay.
This blue popcorn, the Huckleberry popcorn that you guys were supposed to get, this junk is fantastic.
I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
You will get it eventually.
Yeah.
But...
What about you? Closing thoughts?
I'm always up for good snacks, so I'm willing to try some more.
Are you?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would too.
That was really good.
But no candy cane hot dogs for me. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Got to be more adventurous, aren't you?
Maybe not.
I'd try.
Well, thanks, guys, so much for having me on. I'm I'm going to pull Zach onto our podcast, and any of you are always welcome. I had a lot of fun being here today, so.
Well, thanks for coming.
While in person.
And everybody, make sure to check out the You Tried Dat podcast on all the podcast places. It's pretty fun. I've
listened to it. I have
about 10 episodes thus far. Very good.
We're in about our 5th year, and we're going to keep going. Apparently, there's more snacks than you could possibly imagine. So,
well, Ariel will send you plenty of pepperoni rolls to share with your friends so you guys can try them.
Yeah.
Please do. I'm completely serious about that. I need to get some homemade pepperoni rolls.
We'll do it. So on our next podcast, we will be doing Carla's nonfic pick, The Soul of an Octopus by Cy Montgomery. And then after that, we are doing her deep dive, Nora Roberts' Born in Fire.
Woo!
Yeah.
Spicy.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. It sucks you into Nora. Really does. Because then after that, it comes Born in Ice and then Born in Shame. It's a trilogy.
So I've heard.
Excellent.
I'm not holding my breath. I don't like romances.
It's more of a story.
It's more of a story.
The romance is just the extra part.
All right, we'll see. So we hope you have enjoyed today's episode. It's time for us to sign off. But before we go, remember, only the best libraries have librarians who won't shush you. We will eat your snacks, though.